Retro Hangover is supported via Patreon by listeners like you. We would especially like to thank patrons Lyle McCarns, Tony G, Stud Still Smash the Milkman, Lucas from Game Over Hell, Randall Quiggle, Raging Demon from Command List, Poppy the Masked Keaton, JC, Ozzy Garcia, Megan Caruso, Retro Overdrive, Dave Jackson from Tales from the Backlog, Soha, Storm Beagle, and Captain Ed from Retrotopia, The Emperor, Matt aka Stormageddon from Fun and Games and Reignites, Van Vernal and B. Ross from Super Garbage Day, Jared Breland, Ryan, Keith Gasper from the Main Quest Podcast, The Retro Vixen, Rick Firestone from Pixel Project Radio, Eric Guess from Unlockables, Nomad from the Retro Wildlands, Ash Event, Alan Bigham from Saxbit, Mike the Ref from Backbreaker Gaming, Alt, Low5 Alex from Low5 Gaming, Oh Me, Gary Heather, Makeshift Monet, Riskel, Sega Boy 7, and Adam R. Your continued engagement and generous donations are deeply appreciated.
Open your ears and crack some beers. You are listening to the most recent episode of Retro Hangover.
Retro and classic gamers, welcome to the podcast where we are pondering potent potables providing powers per purchasing penance. This is Retro Hangover. I'm your co-host Chris Copleen with special guest, your Nintendhost LP Tyger, and as always, your host Shane, regionally placed Dick Dragon. Salter.
I would have preferred Mighty Morphin Dick Dragon, but you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Shout out to the Yellow Ranger.
Yes.
You know, I'm kind of jealous about the, not having my name yelled, but like singing it is good too. Tiger.
Yeah, had a little melody there. I don't shout my name, so yeah, I don't even sing my name. You got more accolades than my own.
Yeah, well, maybe you remember that I put an importance to music and sound for retro games, so you wanted to throw that give me a little,
see?
A little bit.
You are the music gamer here. I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna get out of the way because I want to say it. I'm still butthurt that DDR didn't make it to King of Games. What the hell?
I tend to just let things forget. Let memories fade, as they say.
I would love to.
For some reason, things keep brought back up for me.
No, it's just, I think, and that's me. That's me doing it here. So it's not you.
Yeah. And I adapt to my surroundings. So,
Yeah. It's been too long since you've been on the main show.
Yeah. I appreciate me having me back. Yeah. It really it's been probably close to over a year. Close to
More
a year.
Than that.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I think I was focused on my craft, and time passed by, and then we did a little thing recently, and then now I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to morph into a new year.
Yes. Mightily, one might say.
He is ready to love again.
with power.
With
a wide range.
Morphin comes great Zords.
I'm about to mastodon my Nintendo hosting. I don't know what I was going for. You know,
She gon' mastodon these nuts.
we about to Tyrannosaurus Rex this.
We're gonna Tyrannosaurus Rex some shit. Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus Rexer, I hardly knew her.
Oh. That was pterodactyl.
Oh, this is going downhill fast.
I'm out.
Was it ever going uphill? That's the real question.
Once.
Anyway, welcome everyone to the Retro Hangover podcast. This is a video game podcast, I've been told. And today we are going to be talking about the Super Nintendo version of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know why we're doing this. I think Shane wanted to talk about it and like, fuck it, let's do it. So we're talking about it.
Yeah, I do.
No special occasion. We just want to talk about Power Rangers. Fuck. That's what way overdue. Anyway, but before we get to Power Rangers, we like to talk about the games that we have been playing lately. And as is customary, we go to our guest. But Tiger's technically not a guest, but he still technically is. He is our Nintendhost. But since it's been so long, Tiger, what games have you been playing lately?
All right. So every time I get on a podcast episode, I always forget about currently playing, and it surprises me. I get excited, but I was prepared this time. So since it's a new year, I've been trying to get myself to start a new project that I've wanted to do for a while. It's basically play, and it's just basic, quick rundown. I want to play the top games of every year. And I'm not sure how many, and there's not, I haven't said all the details and the specifics, but like I wanted to just go ahead and start. So I am currently starting on the year 1985. And being that it was the beginning of, I guess, after the crash, at least the way I view it, a lot of the games are very short and simple and easy to get through. The last week, I have played Paperboy, Gauntlet, Joust, and Ice Climber, and a few others I don't remember right now. It just made me realize that Paperboy, even though they say it's one of the best games of 1985, it's actually a pretty fucking awful game. I hate it.
It's
I hate it with, and I never beat it. So I was just like, I need to figure out how to beat it. And I didn't realize that to beat it, you just go through an entire week and then, quote unquote, retire by not hitting little boys or wheels or breakdancers.
I feel this is just an illustration of how bad the economy's gotten. It's just like, hey man, back then you could be a paper boy for a week and then retire.
And you didn't even have to deliver all the houses. You just needed to deliver to enough.
Yeah. Minimum effort.
Yeah. So, gaming was very crappy back then. I guess there was Super Mario Brothers, but
never heard of it.
Yeah. But when those two games were pretty much the top, based on what I saw. And then I played Gauntlet and I was like, oh, Gauntlet's freaking amazing. Actually, it still holds up in my opinion.
It's really good. Arcade or NES?
Oh, NES. I did the NES version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but even so, it's still pretty good. Also, aside from that project that I'm doing, I've been playing a little bit of Astrobot because I promised my brother-in-law that I would play this game that he had been raving about for like the last year and really want me to play it. So I stepped away from the Nintendo platforming world to play a little bit of PlayStation platforming. And it's very vibrant and beautiful and everything's great. And they put a lot of detailed work in it and it shows. And yeah, so that's everything I've been playing.
My son is playing Astrobot right now. I think he beat the game. He's doing like post-game stuff.
Yeah.
What a nostalgia bait game that is.
Oh, absolutely. Like if you've played PlayStation games anywhere between 1990s to now, I'm sure you'll relate to something, anything within that game.
Yeah.
And it'll get those nostalgia wheels going. You'll be like, oh, I want to play that. Luckily, we have that game. All you have to do is subscribe to PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a Lundra. They have an Lundra call out there.
Wow. That's a game.
Yes, it is a game.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's what I was like, that's a deep cut.
Yeah.
They also had a Rogue Legacy call out, which is also a deep cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they doing? Like,
all they had to do for me is bring out a Katamari ball. So, you know.
They did it.
Yeah.
They did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. They did. And Lara Croft is being chased by a dinosaur.
Oh, I haven't gotten that far yet, but
there's a Thunder Force 5 reference.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Well, fair.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do. That's why I was shocked. Shane.
Yes.
Okay. What have you been playing?
What do you want? Yeah, let's see. What have I been playing? Well, let me tell you about a little fan project that I may have caught wind of thanks to the YouTube algorithm, and it has now gotten me back into I'm not sure it's a full relapse yet, because I feel like I can handle it, like I can just do a little bit, I'll just have a little bit like after dinner or something, it's not a big deal. Like I only play it when I'm drinking, like that kind of a thing. Like, I'm not addicted.
No.
Yeah, but the Turtle WoW is a private server for classic World of Warcraft, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not only does it completely fully replicate, well, it's not even replicating. They're literally using the code base, but you have the full original vanilla WoW experience, not the classic that Blizzard themselves released, which is almost the same, but not quite. But they've also done a whole bunch of custom work to it too, where they've created basically an entire fan-made expansion, where the whole idea behind this server, as I've found out, is that they want to try to expand on the lore of Azeroth itself, rather than what Blizzard did, which was kind of immediately go into fucking space with the Burning Crusade expansion. And then we kind of just went off from there and didn't really go back and explore a lot of what could have been explored in just Azeroth itself, because there's a lot of really rich lore there that never really got touched or was hinted at and then dropped or what have you. So I think it's called Mysteries of Azeroth, which is apropos, but I haven't hit any of the new content quite yet, because I'm still pretty low level, but it's pretty neat. It's definitely scratching that nostalgia itch of, back when I first started playing WoW in 2004. Yeah, it's got a pretty vibrant community too. And they do regular events, and their game launcher is actually better than Blizzard's. I was actually kind of impressed, but yeah. So
shocker.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So at any rate, that is really most of what has been taking up any kind of free gaming time that I have at the moment. So I'm also fitting in a little bit of mega bonk in there somewhere, because you gotta,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I want to actually play the newest season of Diablo 4, because I've been seeing a lot of really good buzz about it, but I haven't jumped into it yet. I want to roll a paladin now that they released the paladin class, so I'll probably try to get in on that action too. I've been out of it for a few seasons now, so seems like now is a good time to jump back in. But that is what I got going on. What about you, Chris? Have you had time to play anything besides upcoming games?
I played some Rockman 5. I say Mega Man 5, but that's not the correct way to say it. And as anyone saw on the stream, it was a massive crash out. A massive crash out. I made it to the Wily Castle and died, and we were over 2 hours in. It was time to turn it off, so I had to test the password system because I had been struggling a little bit. Because it's a Mega Man game, I don't know Mega Man 5 very well. And I found out that the password doesn't matter. You just start at the beginning of Proto Man's stage with none of your E-tanks. And so next time I stream, I will be finishing Rockman 5, which I think is... What is this episode? It will be the week after this episode comes out in real time to date this episode. But I'm going to try and beat it. I hate that I'm doing this. But another game, I've been continuing my Saturn quest. I mean, I have been playing games for the show, of course. The next main show we do, I have been playing. I beat it. And I am about midway through the other game that we're going to be playing. I hope that's going to be the one after that. I still have to start some Mass Effect. Fuck me. But yeah, I've been playing some Saturn games. I played a game called Valera Valley Golf, which is from the Pebble Beach Golf Links. I forgot the official name. It's the one that GameSack makes all the dick and sex jokes about, like pretty much how, putting dicks in the butt and stuff like that. With the golfer and the clips. It's kind of funny. But what it really is actually that game, but with golf courses that are just insane. It's like an expert level golf game compared to that Pebble, compared to Pebble Beach. And it's actually a lot of fun. It has a lot of the elements that you would see in Mario Golf and Hot Shots Golf, but it's more subdued. Like the timing has to be very precise. And if you have very precise timing, the game is fantastic, but it's not like all crazy, but it has crazy elements. It's really hard to describe. It's a really fun game, and I can't wait to write a review and talk about it for IO Saturnalia. But it's kind of shocking the quality, like not so much the quality. The quality is very T&E soft. But in terms, which is hit or miss depending on who you are, but like how they were thinking about making a golf game was kind of forward thinking when you compare it to what was coming down the line not too much longer. So yeah, really cool stuff, I think. And I everyone just probably went to sleep at the word golf. So there you are.
I love golf games.
They're so good.
Yeah, honestly, like one of my earliest games that I remember playing on a PC was Lynx 386. And just like,
that's not a Zelda game.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It's a game about Link trying to find his CPU.
Oh, wow. That was also a computer thing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, taking me back.
Golf games are good, though.
Yeah.
You're right.
I just like the claps. Like I used to like get a kick out of just listening to like even golf on TV, just hearing the clacks. They're so like perfectly like hollow and like have a poppy noise. It's like calming. That way these kids
Some
are
people
into
are
like
take that
ASMR
very out of context.
Take it how you want. It made me feel good.
Clapping makes you feel good.
Mm.
Just clapping it.
Yeah. Just, oh, yeah.
Clapping.
Clap it to the left. Clap it to the right. What are we doing?
Talking about Power Rangers.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm ready. Bring it.
Shane. I cannot recover from talking about clapping to some golf TV shows. So we have a game to talk about today. Why don't you read the brief history of Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo?
I mean, yeah, golf
system.
makes great background noise.
For clapping.
Most of our listeners, especially those of you in your mid-30s to mid-40s, have fond memories of the Power Rangers. It was absolutely massive back in the mid-90s. Well, I said mid a lot there just now. Anyway, because of that success, Bandai commissioned Natsume to create a video game for the Super Nintendo. Now, were there different Power Rangers games on other systems? Of course! But for today, we are laser focused on the SNES title. So, that's the quick history on this game's release. But you know what? Let's zoom out for a second and talk about the show itself. In the early to mid-80s, media mogul and businessman Haim Saban, I'm probably going to butcher all of these names, came across Chudenshi Bioman, the 8th installment of the wildly popular Japanese Super Sentai series. He saw how well it was doing in Europe and had a hunch it could be a hit in North America as well. He put together a pilot called Bioman in 1986, but initially nobody seemed interested. That changed, however, in 1992. Margaret Loesch at Fox Kids showed interest, as she was already familiar with Super Sentai. Remember when Marvel's Stan Lee tried to bring Sun Vulcan over years earlier? So, Saban and his business partner Shuki Levy created a new pilot. This one was based on the latest Super Sentai series, Kuryu Sentai Zuyu Ranger, and they called the pilot Galaxy Rangers. It tested incredibly well with focus groups, and Fox Kids picked it up for a 40-episode season. They hired a diverse cast, all very well versed in martial arts, theater, dance, or some combination thereof. And as we all know, the show became a major cultural hit, spawning merchandising galore, including, naturally, video games. Alright, now let's bring it back to this specific game. Developed by Natsume and produced by Bandai, it landed in North America in September of 1994. Europe followed in November. Interestingly, despite being developed in Japan, the game would not be released there until November 25th of 1995. Critically, it was generally received as fair to middling, as they say. Many outlets gave it a 6 or 7, I hate that you did that, out of 10. Reviewers liked the presentation but were split on the difficulty. Some called it too hard, others too easy. No official sales estimates exist, but given the franchise's popularity, it's probably pretty safe to say it was relatively successful. When you talk about Power Rangers video games as a whole, man, you have got a ton. It's a massive media franchise with games in all sorts of different genres, spanning years, right up to the recent release of Rita's Rewind at the time of this recording. It is a beast. And that is your brief history of Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers. All right. Since there's not much history here, I'll just want to kind of jump in. I mean, there's personal experience with the game, but I think first of all, it would be fitting for each of us to talk about our personal experience with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers being middle-aged men in the year of our Lord 2026. So, which kind of puts us in the key demo of who was watching this when it came out initially. Shane, since you just read the brief history, it might be a little bit fresh in your mind. What were you thinking of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when it came out? Were you part of it? Were you in there?
I was by proxy, and by that I mean that listen, I was more of a Ninja Turtles kind of guy. And so Power Rangers for me kind of came along in North America just a little bit too late for me to be super like interested in it. However, my brother is 4 years younger than me. And so he was right in the sweet spot, and holy shit, he was obsessed with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So I experienced most of that phenomena, whether I wanted to or not. Mostly just because that is all he wanted to do. He watched it. He ninja kicked the cat, jump around the house. I think he actually got a Megazord one Christmas, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, sweet.
So anyway, yeah, that was kind of my personal experience with the show itself.
How about you, Tiger? And since Shane didn't really watch it, I guess he doesn't have a favorite Ranger. But how about yourself? What was your personal
That's not
experience
true.
if it was? Oh, fine. What was your favorite Ranger?
Kim, for reasons.
Oh, okay. Okay. I hate to ask this, but was your brother's favorite Ranger Billy?
Actually, no. His favorite Ranger was the Green Ranger.
Okay, that also makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Shane, did you have personal experience with the game though?
I mean,
we'll get there.
I did.
We'll get there.
But I figured
are we
covering
going
the show first?
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
know we were separating it. Okay.
Oh, someone's paying attention.
Sorry.
That's fine. What was your personal experience with Power Rangers, the show?
Okay.
And what was your favorite Ranger?
Well, I was very much excited for the show. I can't remember why or if it was from other friends, but like when I was in 6th grade, I was always sitting at the TV at 4 or 4:30 p.m. on Fox Network watching the show, especially like for the first like 2 or 3 seasons, because I watched all of the first season. And then I watched all of Zeo, and then after Zeo, it kind of got a little like I grew up or whatever. That's my excuse, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I had friends that watched, and we watched it, and we would talk about it. And then I just remember this time in school where like people knew that I was watching, and then I got made fun of it. I was like kind of bullied for it because it was like stupid, like the words didn't even match like Rita's talking, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So it kind of made me feel a little like I didn't fit in or whatever. But so I started like hiding it, like secretly watching it. And I remember specifically, I used to listen to this radio show that was by Fox Kids Network, and they would like rank songs for kids, I guess. And it came on at like Saturday morning at like 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or something like that. But anywho, there was this, I used to record songs on a cassette tape. And I remember making this cassette tape for one of my friends at school. And like, I liked the Power Rangers song so much. Like I remember hitting that record button on that cassette player, and I said, "And this is the best song." And then when I knew the song was coming up, I recorded like the Power Rangers theme song, because that was the #1 song at the time, and I knew it was going to be #1, so I recorded that, and I made him a little mixtape. It was a little like I was really in love with Power Rangers, and I was really like I liked my friends, so that was like a little thing that I did, and it always like makes me think back on that time, and I'm like, what the hell was I doing? Yeah, I was very much into Power Rangers. I think my favorite Power Ranger would have been Zach, but only because he was the dancer, and I like really liked dancing at the time. I think he did like break dancing, so I was like very much into that. Or I wanted to be very much into that, because I was also like into gymnastics and that kind of thing. So yeah, but like, I also loved Kimberly, aka Amy Jo Johnson, aka my first and or second crush before or after Topanga.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. So I loved Power Rangers. I was like all into Power Rangers. 100% all into Power Rangers. I love the absolute shit of this show when I was a kid. I think I had a Megazord, or I had friends that had Megazords, and we would totally play with them, like, seriously, and we would all get the toys and everything like that. It was great.
Yeah.
Power Rangers was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I am also like Tyger. Like, once it got to Zeo, I kind of faded out after that. And then it was I just kind of moved on. Like, it was over. The main cast had moved on, and you try to keep up. You just like that original cast was just really good. At least like as a kid, that's what I thought. I have no idea. I have not gone back and watched this show. So like, just whatever I'm saying is just,
it's your truth.
8-year-old me, 9-year-old me. Yeah, exactly. My truth. It is my truth. And, yeah, I mean, it was a blast. I would watch it every single day. And also I have to say it's crazy. I looked at the amount of episodes that came out in the first 3 seasons. It's like 145 episodes. Could you imagine how long it would take Stranger Things to get to 145 episodes?
We'd be dead.
I just like look at the current situation of episodic content, and it's just 145 episodes, people. Holy shit. But my favorite Ranger was also Zach, was also the Black Ranger. Yeah. I just like the Mastodon. I thought it was badass. And even when like he became a frog, I thought that was also pretty cool. I can't explain why.
Is that like the one
frog.
episode?
No, he became a frog in like for the movie.
Oh, okay.
Like they all changed. They all had that like second like wave, and like I don't know if it was Zach that was the frog. I know he was definitely the Mastodon. But I think is it Johnny Young Bosch?
Are you talking about this
that
like a Zord?
Yeah, the Zord.
Oh, I didn't know there's a frog Zord. Whoa.
There's a frog Zord. There's the Black Ranger.
Yeah, that would be Johnny Young Bosch, like from Zeo.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny Young Bosch. Fantastic voice actor. Was in Trigun. Good shit. But and a lot of other stuff, by the way, not just Trigun. But favorite was the Black Ranger, and also the Black Ranger had a fucking axe. Yes.
Yep.
But yes, much like many people in my position, there was a bit of a sexual awakening with Kimberly. So
yeah,
there is that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people felt some things about Kimberly. I know I am not the only one. I've seen the patron pontifications, you preverts.
Yeah.
I am coming after you.
Yeah.
Because I am one of you.
I know
all
it
true,
makes you
man.
people cheer.
Don't worry. Yes, I cheer too.
Yeah. And we were all jealous of Tommy, man.
True.
Yes. Tommy, yeah. Yeah. I have no idea what was happening behind the scenes. I'm sure this is an entire biopic. I don't want to know. I'm going to keep this all in my head canon. Everything's pure. Go Tommy. Tommy's just getting the pink. All right. Now let's get into...
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, yes, please.
I was talking with Lindsay today, my wife.
Yes.
And
yes,
I was saying how Power Rangers is basically Sailor Moon for men or boys or whatever.
Kind of.
Because one of the realizations was like a lot of the episode was taken up by they call something and then the long video of them showing all the Zords like either moving or like introducing the Zord coming out. And we all remembered like how it came out and just like we looked forward specifically to those parts. At least I did. But that took up, like a good 5 minutes of the show for a 15-minute show or whatever it was.
It's like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
15
still,
was
The
commercials.
standard. Well, no, it was 30 minutes. That's why I'm saying 23 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like,
yeah.
you watch Sailor Moon, you see all the animated like transitions, and I kind of the similarity to watching the Zords either come together or be introduced or make into the Megazord or make into the Ultra Zord or whatever.
Well, I mean, kind of, because you have to think the Sentai, the Super Sentai series came out before Sailor Moon.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is maybe it's opposite.
Yeah, because you had, think about it. Like, if you look at the Sailor Scouts outfits, like Sailor Jupiter's green, Sailor Mercury is blue, Sailor Venus is orange. I think she's orange. Sailor Mars is red, and then Sailor Moon is blue.
You right.
Or more white, because Mercury is very blue or green, like blue-green. So Sailor Moon is like the White Ranger.
Yeah, that's right.
Tuxedo,
I'd say you know more because I didn't really think about like when they actually came out. I just saw the similarity. So yeah.
Like, Super Sentai goes way back. We just didn't get it until we got Power Rangers and Sailor Moon around the same time.
Right.
Initially, just no one cared about anime, so Sailor Moon was packaged differently. But Voltron, we got Voltron.
Did they do that similarly?
No,
like with transitions and such.
Dude, yes.
I don't know nothing about Voltron.
Power Rangers.
Yeah,
you know nothing about Voltron.
Nah,
Shane, do you know anything about Voltron?
Enough to know that they are big robots.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
big
what
robots.
I know too.
They all come together. Yeah, it's like Timu Power Rangers. I think
I thought that was VR
Power
Troopers.
Rangers. I don't know.
That's actually true.
There we go.
Yeah, that's Wish Power Rangers.
I forgot all about that.
Anyway, how about our personal experiences with the game? Let's get into the game. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I didn't play this one. I think I played the movie one. I played Power Rangers the movie first. I didn't play this specific one. I thought I did. I played it. I realized I didn't play this when I was a kid. That's why I'm going more into the show. I know I played the movie one. I actually thought this was more of a beat 'em up along the lines of Final Fight and Streets of Rage. It's not. It's 2D. It's like strictly 2D plain beat 'em up, like Ninja Warriors, which makes sense considering Natsume made it. This is the first time I've really played it and gone through it. So Shane, how about your personal experience here?
Oh man, I played the shit out of this game. I think I actually liked the game more than the show. I mean, the reason
that's surprising based off your experience there.
Yeah. I mean, well, so I still have it actually. I have my cartridge of this to this day. It would not be accurate for me to say that I had it for the Super Nintendo because I still do. But yeah, I played this a lot, man. Especially, I mean, it's right in that same sort of category as, you know, like Turtles in Time and things like that, where you can finish it in like a half hour or less if you're really good at it and you play it a lot like I did. But yeah, it was just like, to me, it was like and I'm bleeding a little bit into later discussion topics, but it was kind of like the right balance of difficulty to be enjoyable enough to play through like multiple times. Plus playing it with my brother was fun too. So yeah, no, I played this quite a bit back in the day.
How about yourself, Tiger?
Well, I remember renting the game. Actually, like when you first brought it up, that when it was first brought up that this was going to be a podcast, I was like, I think I played that game. And then I started it up a few days ago and just played the first level and boom, like it all came back to me. Like I probably rented it from Blockbuster and I remember playing through that first level because just the music of that game is like so good. It's kind of like a mixture of like Mega Man X and Turtles in Time, and like it sparked like the first time I played it, and I don't remember very much else because I think there wasn't much to remember. I think the first level was really like the level that summarized the game to me very well. I might not have gotten that far in it when I was younger. But we can talk about why I think there wasn't much to remember as we get further in. So.
All right. I need to get into the story, which means I need to look up the manual, which is something I should have done before this started.
I'm curious what this thing says.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I guess the introduction is the story, so let me get into this. All right, here we go. Don't look now, because her hideousness is back, and she's meaner and uglier than ever. this time, Rita Repulsa is out to pulverize the Power Rangers once and for all. And she's brought all of her nasty friends along to do the dirty work. But Jason, Trini, Billy, Kimberly, and Zach are at their morphing best with the awesome power of the Super NES machine on their side. Incredible graphics, amazing sound, and unbeatable action make this battle of good and evil an instant Super Nintendo classic. The game features 7 challenging levels of play, ending with breathtaking all-out battles against Rita's most fearsome henchmen, including Bones, Eye Guy, and many more. Only the power of the Super NES can put all of the characters and excitement of the phenomenal hit TV series right at your fingertips. So, what are you waiting for? Morph into action now with the mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I love
Get yours
that they
now.
didn't have enough story thread there to go much further than like a couple sentences, and then it just transitioned into a sales pitch.
Yeah. It's just marketing.
There's an entire section in this manual just called winning.
Did you die? No? Win.
You win.
Well, there you have it. You know what's also kind of
There's
like,
an advertisement for the toys.
yeah, I mean, like after you already bought it, but like I think
Yes.
sort of a tangent, but I always found it interesting that she was called Rita Repulsa because like was I the only one that actually thought she was kind of attractive, like in like a weird like goth kind of way?
I mean, today you're not the only one.
Okay, all right.
When I was a kid, I didn't really find her attractive.
Yeah, no, not at all. No.
No,
All right, all right.
no.
But hey, I see it. I see it.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it today.
Yeah,
definitely
for
do.
sure.
Yeah,
It's the hair.
I know. I apologize. This is a novel concept. Us being a little perverted here on the Retro Hangover podcast.
I know. There's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
Is that not what we
Yeah.
do?
No, never.
Oh,
Never.
okay.
I've never done
At
that.
the wrong
Oh,
show.
my bad.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah. We are professionals here. So what do we think about the plot, gentlemen? About
I mean, I don't know.
Did
Can we
we
just skip
already
this
just
section?
talk about
like,
it?
I don't know. Like,
I think we just did. I think we just discussed it.
I mean, what
Well-
else did you expect? It's a licensed Power Rangers game. There's like, yeah, man, like you fucking know what you got when you bought it. Like, go punch some putties, have fun, knock yourself out.
Yes.
There could have been something. It could have been another episode. Could have been. I mean, to me, it's just simple as, beat Rita because they're showing Rita. So that means that's who we have to beat, right? That's
Sure,
who we're going to
sure.
beat at the end of the game, right?
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing Rita.
I
I
wrote
think there was just very
in
end.
preparation for this podcast, I put plot and I wrote what I was going to say. And I put, nope.
Nope. There's none. There's none. Where's Goldar?
Yes, that really upset me. There's no Rita. That upset me. Yeah.
Oh God, that just
Goldar was
like that just unlocks some weird like core memory for me of like us having a Goldar like McDonald's toy.
Yes.
I will say though, it's not that Goldar isn't in the game. It's just that you do not see Goldar. If you understand. If not,
He's behind it all.
I can explain later.
Oh,
well,
okay.
please. No, okay, later. Okay, got you. Got you.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to circle back to that.
Yes. There will be time.
Uh-huh. If we don't circle back to that, I it's fine.
Okay, well, you know what?
But I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
Just for the sake of not missing it, because I am the type of person that will write something down, just completely skip it.
Uh-huh.
Goldar is in the game technically because the last boss of this game, the name of the last boss is Cyclopsis. And Cyclopsis is the Warzord of Goldar.
That is a deep lore cut. Okay.
As specifically said in season 1, episode 27. And I only know this because I needed to know. I watched the episode before the podcast and I needed to know. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's fine. And apparently that was like one of the toughest boss battles in season 1. I don't think it was the last though. So that kind of sucks.
I probably would have known that in 1994.
Yes, exactly. Because when I saw that episode, I was like, oh, that dude. The Freezy guy. Yeah.
Makes sense. Speaking of difficulty and bosses, I think it's time to get into the gameplay.
Let's do it.
So before we it's probably more we're going to talk about here than the plot, certainly. It's probably going to be the longest section. But let me give a quick high-level overview about this, and I'll kick it over to Tiger here. What is Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo? Well, it is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but it is purely 2D. It doesn't have planes like you have in Streets of Rage or a Final Fight. It is just left to right, purely left to right. You can jump, you can attack. There is a bomb attack. You fight enemies, you hit them. You have human forms, you have Power Ranger forms, and you can't swap between them whenever you want to. There are certain level points in which you swap between them, and they have various different abilities depending on what Power Ranger you choose, strengths, weaknesses, all the such, as you would probably hope to expect. Beyond that, I will leave that up to the discussion. So, Tiger, what did you think of the gameplay here?
Honestly speaking, I think that the gameplay is not bad. Honestly,
yes.
I think as a beat 'em up game, even though it's 2D without planes, I think it's a solid beat 'em up entry. You obviously can tell that there's some copycat work here, coming off of the heels of Turtles in Time and all the other, Final Fight and all the other like beat 'em ups that came out prior. But, they took those things and say, hey, we can do that too. And they did. I kind of want to make mention that, and I never played Ninja Warrior, so I'm not sure what the comparison is to that. But this game is very similar to Shadow of the Ninja on the NES. And Shadow of the Ninja is like a Ninja Gaiden clone. But there's a lot of enemy similarities, like platforming similarities. Even the guy that did the music, his name is Iku Mizutani. He did the music along with somebody else for Power Rangers. He also did the music for Shadow of the Ninja. So I realized that it was the same type of music, and it really took me back. It's like, oh, this is just Shadow of the Ninja, sort of. Not really. But anywho, that's just something I randomly wanted to point out. But for a beat 'em up, it has, your trench coat. Oh, they're hiding in trench coats and they reappear. They have like random things that you can throw, like boxes and benches, and literally that's it. Like or barrels and benches. That's the only things you could throw. They have like conveyor belts and little statues that shoot fire, and which are all enemies of Shadow of the Ninja. I think it's really interesting how they decided to start you off as a human, and in the middle of the stage, make you become the Power Ranger and kind of give you an even amount of time between the two. And the whole game is 5 levels so that you can choose all 5 Power Rangers. So, and I think being the fact that there is no plot, it really doesn't feel like there's any reason to play it. So as was said earlier, like it's a big media franchise and they just wanted you to like play as these characters, and just you playing as those characters and then morphing into each character is so exciting in my opinion. Billy is my favorite character in this game because he has so much personality that fits exactly who his character was. Like, a very stereotypical nerd. So he obviously fought like one with his large overalls and goofiness. But to me, he was the best character because he had the long pike and you could attack from afar, as you could also with Kim. Kim gave you a random bow and arrow attack, which I thought was neat.
Wait. Slow that down a little bit. What did you say? A random what attack?
Bow and arrow attack. So like...
Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay.
Rewind.
That too, but, you know.
I liked small things about this game. Like when you turned into the ranger and they did their little poses, those were the correct poses that they do in the show. I appreciate those little details. Like, because you could be Outright Games or Game Mill, and then you get the IP and you just like shit all over it, you know. But you could, I guess, being the fact that it was also Bandai was involved, I'm sure they wanted things to be done properly or whatnot, even though everything wasn't perfect. But anywho, I feel like I'm babbling on. I really do like the game. I think it's a good summary of a not bad beat 'em up game that's done well. Other than randomly in the third stage, they say, okay, we're going to make this a swimming level. And that wasn't very fun.
No.
So it really slowed everything down. And I guess they really wanted to throw in a little bit of variance. So that really did change it a little bit, and I didn't really like it very much. The fourth stage, they were like, okay, surprise, here's some platforming. That's not what I wanted. And I think when it comes, it surprises you, because then you end up falling and losing 2 lives and wondering, oh, maybe this game isn't as easy anymore. I guess that's the hard part. But other than those little critiques that I have, I think it's overall a solid game. A nice solid 7.
Yeah, I think I would largely agree with you here. I really haven't played Ninja Warriors either. By the way, I had to look at the year Ninja Warriors came out. It was 1987. And them going more the route of a Ninja Warriors approach with the beat 'em up is not surprising, considering that Natsume made Ninja Warriors. So having that straight 2D beat 'em up, approach to it, even though the beat 'em up genre had evolved a little bit since 1987, made some sense. They were sticking to what they potentially knew. I don't know the developers of Ninja Warriors to know enough if that was all there. But yeah, I mean, I can appreciate a lot of the stuff that this game is doing. I think overall, like, it controls very solidly. You have a somewhat of a wide variety of attacks in terms of how you jump and jump attack and stuff like that. It's very similar to what Streets of Rage 2 was doing, and Streets of Rage was doing, and I guess by proxy, Final Fight, those type of games. It was doing a lot of the same control structure, but just on a 2D plane, and it's very responsive. And it does exactly what you want it to do. I don't think I had any problems with the controls whatsoever in this game, like ever. And I think when I died, and I did die a few times, just because there is some level of memorization stuff when it comes to some putties and some enemy placement and so on and so forth. It was completely my fault. I won't say mostly. It was completely my fault of just underestimating the enemy and not taking the correct approach to doing it. This is not a difficult game either, so I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I died, you're going to have a hard time. No, not really. It's just, it feels like when you die, it's more of a war of attrition, and you're just not taking the game seriously enough to take damage. That was my approach to it, because some of these levels can probably get a little bit longer than you're anticipating, but there are quite a few benefits to it. I don't like occasionally you can get health. The later levels, you don't get it so much. So you do have to get better, as one would expect. But I think you're also right. Like, when it does vary it up, the variance is appreciated, but it is weird. Like, it's not natural. It doesn't really work. I do like the fact they had a wall jump. I didn't figure that out until later. It could have been very useful on the first boss fight.
Until you couldn't get any further, and then you had to figure out how to get there.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I also do think it's very interesting that this game was developed by a Japanese game company, which probably explains why it is so solid. Because we're thinking this is Power Rangers, this is a North American property, but to them they were probably thinking, oh, this is Sentai Ranger. Yeah, this is something that we also appreciate. So they were really making an Americanized version of the thing that a lot of them probably grew up loving, which is kind of mind-boggling when I sit back and really think about that. They're like looking at an Americanized interpretation of their childhood, and they have to make that game as opposed to maybe the game based off the property that was their childhood, which is wild. One thing I didn't like, even though it's not necessarily bad, is that the last 3 stages you go into Zord mode, and it's just very jarring. It's a lot different than what you were doing before. And those are just the last 3 stages.
It becomes a fighting game.
There's just like, it becomes a fighting game for no reason.
Yeah, why?
And it's just, why couldn't you do that at the end of every other stage? Like, why couldn't you go through a stage as a human, fight around, turn into a ranger, fight the bad guy, turn into a Zord, and fight the bad guy?
I can tell you exactly why.
Like an episode. Why is that?
Because of what you just said, actually. It's because it's the progression of an episode. Like if you go back to what Tiger was saying earlier, and I think you touched on it too, it was like each level you start out, or roughly half of the level's runtime you are playing just as stock teenager with attitude, and then you morph because you're like, oh, okay, shit's getting more serious. And it's the same thing they do in the show where they start just, kicking putties, and they're like, all right, guys, it's morphin time. We got to take shit seriously. And then at the end of the whole episode, that's when the Megazord comes out. So it actually makes more sense to me that they would save that as like a thing for the very end of the game. Because the way I saw it, I actually love that's what they did. It was one of the things that like made me really, really dig this game, actually, was the transition from, okay, hey, we just did pretty much the same thing for like 5 levels or so. And now you get this like cutscene where you get all the Rangers, and they're all like, yeah, it's, we're bringing in all the Zords, and then you play as the Megazord and have a fucking kaiju battle. Like, that shit's awesome.
I'm not saying it's not awesome. It is awesome. I think it's awesome. Why can't you do that after fighting the boss in the stage?
Because I think it takes away
you fight as a Megazord.
I think it takes away from the impact. Honestly, like I think if you did that after every single one of the stages, it wouldn't have the same like, oh shit, like impact that, because you got to figure, you didn't know, right, as a kid, like going into this, that the end of the game was going to be you playing as the fucking Megazord. So that was like a huge like reveal, So I think like having it at the end of every single stage, like it would have gotten old hat by then. So I don't know. Personally, I think this was the right choice.
And listening to both of you, I think both of you are absolutely spot on.
Yes.
Because I would have loved it for each level, hence each level being an episode. But it was actually, even playing it a few days ago, I was super surprised. Oh, crap, I get to be the Megazord now. And now I'm just fighting with I didn't know I had a block. Oh, I have a block. Now it's a fighting game. So I agree that it's jarring. It's just like, whoa, out of nowhere. But it was very exciting when it happened.
I will give it that. But Shane, since you haven't given the full opinion on your opinion, of the gameplay, what is your opinion on that? If I can say that more. Yeah, yes, on your opinion.
The opinion of my opinion. So yes. I mean, you guys covered a lot of ground already. So there's a lot that I would probably echo there. Just that, like, I really like how this game plays. It feels real good to play. Like, it is simple and very straightforward for the most part, but I think that's a selling point for me. And it was back when I was a kid too, because it's one of those ones that, also because it is so short, you can just kind of jump in and sort of just have a good time. just beat the shit out of some putties and other things, and then be on your way and feel like you accomplished something. Like I think if it had been more complicated, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. So I think that was the right call there. I do really, really appreciate a lot of the attention to detail on things and some of the small mechanics that I think make a really big difference. Like for instance, when the Ranger morph happens, like roughly halfway through each level, you heal to full, which is nice.
Yep.
So it's like a free heal halfway through. It's almost like a checkpoint in a way in that regard. And I don't know if both of you noticed this or not, but the other thing is you sort of gain like a hidden armor value when you morph, in that you can sustain a number of hits without losing health.
I was actually wondering that because I was getting hit by certain things and I was like, I'm not losing any health.
Yeah. And that's cool because like from a mechanical perspective, it's showing, that you have grown stronger, which I think is a really neat little touch. Yeah.
Well, that bonus only comes dependent on your health. So if you have full health, because I saw this too, if you have full health, you get more of that benefit. But if you go right before the morphing and you have low health, it will only put you at like so much more health. So it's not like automatic. You go into second health bar mode. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
You get a certain amount more. And you also get that too when you pick up additional health items. There's like full health and there's super full health. So you can go beyond what you start with. What you start with is not your max health.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, in either case, I still think I still stand by what I said. I think it's a nice touch to kind of have that. Also,
I agree.
With the additional knowledge there, and this is, for all I know, this is probably something I knew 25 years ago, whatever, but the health pickups also giving you that is mechanically is also really nice, because in that way, because a lot of times with game, well, any game really that has those sorts of like pickup items, you feel like it's just a waste if you're already at full health. So that's actually kind of nice that you can sort of like, create a little bit of a buffer there with it. So that's pretty cool. But outside of that, I mean, you guys touched on a lot of the mechanics as far as movement and control. Those are really good. It feels good. I actually tended to lean more towards the Blue Ranger as well, just because of the reach of his special weapon. That is such an advantage. The one thing that I actually noticed, and it was probably less of an issue when I was younger because I played this all the time. But now I had played as the Pink Ranger, and I found myself like accidentally shooting the bow and arrow a lot, because like in order to engage your like weapon when you're in Ranger mode is basically you're just hitting back on the D-pad and then the attack button. And just by virtue of moving around the screen, like I ended up doing that a lot when I didn't mean to. And that cost me some hits because I would like pause when I wasn't intending to do so. And then I got punched in the face or whatever. But minor gripe there. But yeah, no, by and large, it's certainly not like perfect or anything, but I have a really hard time finding any serious flaws with the gameplay. Like this game is more competent than it needed to be, if we're being honest, because I mean, this was at the height of Power Rangers craze. Everybody loved the Power Rangers. You would have bought this regardless if you were a huge fan, most likely, or more accurately, you would have bugged the shit out of your parents to buy it for you. And so it didn't have to be as well put together as it is, but I'm really glad that it is. And also, like, one more thing on the sort of like attention to detail stuff. Like Tiger had mentioned that that Billy like sort of controls and attacks and things in a way that would be appropriate for his character, but they did that for everyone. Like, in another very obvious example is the Black Ranger, because his whole thing is dance, and so like his attacks are dance moves. Like it's so cool. And again, they didn't have to do that, but it's really awesome that they did.
Yeah, the variance is definitely appreciated. Like they are unique. Not so much to the point like they have different like strength values and defense values, at least that I could tell. They might, but their attack patterns are slightly different and have different advantages, which very welcome, especially in a beat 'em up. Adds variety, and in a game this short, that's a huge strength.
Well, and I think that
because it is a very short game.
Yeah, and that level of variety, granted, it's not like a lot, but I think without it, we might be having a very different discussion here because, like, let's be honest, there's not a whole lot else going on with this game from like a gameplay / like mechanical point of view. Like it is very like bare bones stock 2D scrolling beat 'em up. It's done well, but there's not really a lot of variation going on there. So I think without that attention to those little details to make things like just different enough to keep it interesting, I think we would have had very different viewpoints on this. At least I think I probably would have.
I would also agree with that. Okay, I do want to talk about the bosses very quickly. And the reason I do is because I appreciate the fact that the bosses are varied. None of them feel the same. They all take different tactics. They're not difficult. I don't want to make it sound like they're difficult, but they do take a little bit of effort to get into the pattern recognition for some of them. And they're not total pushovers, which I respect. Again, they are not difficult enemies, but they are varied. And I love that about them. None of them are the same. It's not like a lot of beat 'em ups where, punch. Like they have different patterns, different layouts. I love that about the bosses. What did you guys think?
In judging the bosses, that's what really led to me like realizing that it's similar to Shadow of the Ninja. They are very different from each other. But the thing that I noticed is like, for example, the first boss is like a skeleton, and there's a portion where the skeleton breaks into pieces and then like comes back together. That is like a very, very similar boss in Shadow of the Ninja. You might even remember it because I was playing with you when we played that boss, and it was a boss you attack and then it like gets destroyed and then comes back together and over again.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, that's the same similar boss. And then you go to the boss with the eyes, and there's a boss in Shadows of the Ninja with an eye, and it shoots like little projectiles like in an arc fashion as that one does. So like I just feel like there's some recycling there with and I didn't even get to the fifth boss. The fifth boss has a similarity to the last boss where it like jumps over you and throws a bomb down. Like that's similar to, so I think there's some recycling going on, but which is fine because
it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's super great. It's just like one of those things that I'm noticing that other people may notice, but like just completely taking that out, I just wanted to throw that in there because I know it. Yeah, I agree with the fact that every boss is varied. And I think my only issue, if there's an issue, like if you use like either Pink Ranger or Blue Ranger, like they don't have to really do anything. You just hit them over and over again. It's pretty simple for the most part. I think there are certain ones where they have a different stage and you have to like jump and chase their head. But other than that, yeah, it's good. We got good variation amongst them.
I think for the most part, I would agree. Although I did notice playing through again, and I don't even recall this being something I had noticed back then because I probably didn't care when I was younger. But there is definitely for such a short game that only has 5, standard bosses, not counting the Megazord battles. Recycling mechanics seems a little weird. Like, I feel like you could have done something else. I guess if I have to find a gripe, that might be one. Just that those two that you pointed out, like the very first one, the skeleton boss, and then the eye monster in the sewers are very, very similar in that they do have those like multiple forms that are also almost the same thing, like where the skeleton's head floats around and you have to hit it, and then the eyeball monster eventually all the eyes fall off and it's just one big eyeball floating around. You have to hit it. Like there's a lot of similarities there. Or like, actually, now that I think about it, was it like the level 2 and level 5 or something like that, where they're both like essentially teleporting bosses. So there's a lot of recycling going on in that regard too. Now that I'm looking at it with my aged 40-year-old eyeballs. But I mean, that's a really minor gripe, I think, in the grand scheme of things. And I do appreciate that, much like, a lot of other games in this sort of category, like Turtles in Time, one of my favorites. Each boss does have set patterns that, playing through enough with a little bit of memorization, you can get pretty good at those encounters. Yeah, no, I liked it. And of course, there's the fan servicey stuff for the people who are really familiar with the show of, recognizing those boss characters as well.
All right, with the gameplay covered, let's get into how this game looks. I will make my point first, I guess. I think this game looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Rangers look defined. I think here's my only gripe is that, like, they kind of look weird when they're making their poses, especially for the female characters. Not so much the male characters. I think they look fine, but they you can tell that the developers over in Japan didn't really give a shit and what we thought about how the Power Rangers should look. So I think they used the Yellow Ranger over in Japan, which was a male character in their version. I think it has a little bit of a bulge, but that's fine. I don't care. Also, Zach, wow.
Yeah,
that was a game. That was a choice. That was yeah. I've seen some things in.
I thought it was just
Japanese
me.
anime.
I thought it was just me. Okay.
Yeah. But aside from those things, I think this game actually looks really, really good, and I can't really complain. I mean, it's not like top tier Super Nintendo, but it's definitely nowhere near the bottom tier. This is like, this is just below top tier. What you expect from. Well, this is 94. This is just a solid looking game in terms of graphics.
Yeah.
That's my perspective. No slowdown either. Just it really works well, and everything it looks like it should. Environments don't look boring. They're well designed. Not stellar, but it's good. Tiger, what did you think?
It's a solid 7.
Yeah.
Graphics are good. They are what I would expect from a Super Nintendo game of this time. There are better looking games, but for the things that we have said earlier, like there's little details of that we appreciate from like it's not really a graphical. I guess this is a graphical thing. You said there's a bulge on the Yellow Ranger, but not the Pink Ranger.
Oh no,
there might be on the Pink Ranger.
It's on all, dude. Okay, I'm almost 100% certain
sure
that the Ranger version of each one of them is just a palette swap.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I mean, I think the Pink Ranger has a skirt. Does she have a skirt? Because she does in the show.
She does in the show, but I don't think she does in the game though.
Right? Because I was crawling with her in whatever level you crawl
in the sewer level, yeah.
And I was like, damn, she got some biceps. Holy moly.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at she does not have a skirt in this game. That's not happening.
And that guy's trying to get all up in there. But anywho,
with that big spike board, definitely not sponsored by Bad Dragon.
Pink Ranger's like the most muscularly defined ranger.
I thought they were all just the same
in the Power Ranger form.
I assumed.
With the pose. The pose kind of gives it away.
Yeah, because they all do different poses. Yeah,
slightly. Yeah. Okay, well, but yeah, oh yeah, and then
good for you, Kim, and working out.
And then just like we haven't really, I haven't made mention of level 6 and 7 really at all because I forgot to write about it. But
of course, 6 and 7, of course. We already mentioned this earlier, and you got to get into it. Okay,
I guess I was ignoring them
6 and 7
for a proper reason.
They're meaningless. I get
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That looks good as well, and I like the fact that when you defeat them, you do your little superpower lightning cast lightning upon the sword and slice and dice, and then they blow up. I like that detail. That was in there too. I'm just going on for no reason. The graphics are good. A solid 7.
Yeah, I think the sprite work is pretty great in this, and I'm glad that they made the choice to have the large sprites that they do. I almost feel like that is a necessity with what they were trying to do here, because if you had smaller sprites for like the rangers and the characters and what have you, it'd be pretty difficult to kind of tell what was going on or tell things apart. And so by having these somewhat oversized sprites, because if you really look at it, they are pretty big and in relation to the screen size.
Yes.
You get a ton of really great detail, which is awesome. Especially with that. I love the Megazord sprite. That one is fucking awesome, but
it's really good.
And there's also just like a lot of, again, attention to details, even in the, graphical presentation here, that I really respect. Like when you do morph, mid stage, you get this giant sprite in the background of their medallion, for when they morph and things like that. And so it's just really cool. It looks great. And I think, as with most well done 2-dimensional sprite based games, it's aged incredibly well in that regard. It's super colorful, so it definitely matches the show 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say on that negative. I'm curious. This is more of a technical thing. Do we think they really made use of Mode 7 at all in this game? Because I couldn't really suss anything out. I don't think they did.
If it was subtle, because I don't remember anything specifically. And they could have done it. They could have done it like annoyingly with the Zords, and I don't think they did.
Yeah. I was actually disappointed that there's no use of the Eleanor at all.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That could have been. Yeah.
Did I mention the bombs? That looks pretty badass. Yeah,
they do look pretty cool.
I forget to use them all the time because I just savor. But like, when you get to use them and you see them do their like superpower or whatever, and I guess that was also a thing of its time. They started adding all these like super attacks. But yeah, that was exciting to watch. So you could also see the medallion in the back with rocks falling or what have you going on in the background. That made you feel super awesome as a kid or 40-year-old adult.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I think again the variation there is in the presentation, because it's the same thing. It's just a screen clearing attack for all of them, but the way that that they're animated is unique to each of the Rangers, which again is really cool. Like you said, the Black Ranger's got the big rocks falling from the sky, and then Red Ranger's got fire bursting up, from the ground, and what was it, the like pink lasers or something for Pink Ranger for the pterodactyl. So same mechanically, but visually very different, which is also a nice little touch.
Mm-hmm. So let's get into the music then.
It fucks.
Tiger, it
fucks. It's so good.
Okay, well, go. Yes.
No, I
was going to say Tiger, but Shane just jumped right in.
I don't care.
Awesome.
He went
let
first
him have
before.
Take it.
God damn it. No. The music is fucking incredible. Holy shit. They did not have to go as hard as they did for like a 7-level fucking licensed ass game, but good Lord, every track in this game is just fucking, it's like top tier Super Nintendo OST IMO. And I'm not even including the H, because ain't nothing humble about it. That's my opinion. This OST is fucking awesome.
Okay, Tiger, Mr. Music, what do you think?
I agree.
Oh, top tier.
No, for real, like that. And I keep saying it over and over again, but like, if you love this song, if you love the music in this game, you will also love the music in Shadow of the Ninja. Same composer and very similar sounding music. I love that I can hear that game. I can hear Mega Man X. I can hear a little Turtles in Time, and I can hear all of those like meshed all together. And it's just like some of the best music you would find. I will say that I don't think I like all of the music. But for the one stage that didn't have like the music that I was bumping to, the rest really make up for it. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I'd also throw Castlevania in there too, because the sewer level track is very, very reminiscent of Castlevania.
Would you like to know why?
I would.
Perhaps. So, in addition to the composer that Tyger listed earlier, I'm going by Moby Games here. The composer that Tyger listed was Iku
Mizutani.
Mizutani.
Yeah.
The other composer was Kinuyo Yamashita, who was the composer for Castlevania.
Look at you.
Going by the pseudonym of James Banana in the credits, and also did the music for Vampire Killer for the MSX, which is just Castlevania. So yes, it shares a composer. Also, both of those composers did extensive sound and music work for Snatcher for the PC-88 and MSX. So yeah,
Nice. Super cool.
Mega Man. Was it Kinuyo Yamashita also did the music for Mega Man X3?
There you go. Look at there.
Among other games. They both have extensive lists of games they've done music for. But yeah, there you go. There's the Castlevania connection.
Well, thanks, James Banana.
Thank you, James Banana.
Yeah, I really, so obviously I think everybody, and if you don't, we don't need to be friends, but I'm pretty sure that everybody likes the Power Rangers theme song because it's incredible. And I really appreciated that they actually included, now granted, they're compressed as fuck, but like, I really like that they actually had the voice clips from the song in the song version for this. That, although what's funny is it cuts off early. Did you notice that? It's like go Power Ranger,
space, man.
It's like Power Ranger. Like it's just, there's no plural. It's just one Ranger.
It's Japanese.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That's what it is.
Go Power Ranger.
But I really like that. Also,
I'm terrible. I'm going to hell. I know.
I liked the through line of that where they did the great like fucking like John Williams ass like callback to the main theme in the boss theme. Also really nice. I appreciated that quite a bit. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's real good. And also they came out the gate swinging with the first level, because I think I like
the first level is the best one.
Yeah, I like all the tracks. But that one I think is like not even arguably, I think it's objectively the best song.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
I wouldn't put it top tier. I think when you say top tier SNES tracks, there's a lot there that I would put above Power Rangers. Well, not a lot.
I'm not saying it's number one. I'm
like
saying it's in the S tier.
I'll say it's very good. It's very, very, very
he
good.
He said A.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm saying A tier.
He said A.
A tier, A or A minus B plus tier.
I mean, there's a lot of room in the S, bro. There's a lot of room.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I can think of probably at least 10 games off the top of my head that have a better OST than this. But I mean, you're talking about the Super Nintendo, which just has like the top tier is incredible. Like it's really hard to beat that. But yeah, I mean, I think the most important point that you made here is that the soundtrack didn't have to go this hard. It just did not have to go this hard, but it did. It's really fucking good. And it does remind me of Mega Man. It does. I didn't get the Castlevania vibe, and I'm going to have to go back and listen. But that first track, that sets the tone. And as soon as I started this game and like that soundtrack started up, I'm like, oh shit. They put some effort into this. Like they're not fucking around. I'm playing a game that might be good. And I was not expecting that. I'm like, oh wow, there's some polish here.
Yeah.
The people who made this care.
I remember when I brought this up and I was like, yeah, dude, we should do an episode about this. And I remember you being like, all right. You want to do a licensed Super Nintendo game, huh? Okay.
Yeah. That the music just like blew my ass out in terms of like, goddamn. Was not expecting this. And like those expectations kept on getting like blown out. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know what I was expecting but it was certainly not anything of this level of quality. And the music was the first introduction to that kind of just blowing out my standard of expectation when I was getting into. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And I think anyone coming into this and thinking, oh, it's Power Rangers, it's like a baby game. I think like you're going to come into this and hear the music and you're like, oh, well, okay, there's a little bit more to this than just being some 90s kids game. And that it really separates everything from that. So, yeah, I agree on that point. Top tier, like better than it has any right to be. I mean, beyond that, it's really good. A-, B+ tier. You can keep it in S tier if you want to, you two. I mean, you can keep it there.
Plenty of room.
You can devalue what S means, and I will accept that.
Taking the IGN approach, if anything less than a 7 is trash.
Yes. But you can't put everything in like 10 either.
When everything is a 10, nothing is a 10.
Yeah, like if everything's a 10, that's what makes 7 a trash. Anyway.
I mean, 60 is failing for a reason, bro.
60's passing. 59 is failing.
Oh, my bad. I never got 60, so
I say, I feel like you'd have
I got a lot of them.
Yeah. If a game recognizes game on that one.
Yeah. See, I know what I'm talking about.
I had a Korean mom, so I don't know what it's like.
D's get deferred graduation. Oh, you had Tiger Mom.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes. Saber-tooth Tiger Mom.
All right. So before we get into our final thoughts, we'd like to turn it over to our patrons in the section that we call the Patron Pontifications. If you want to provide your pontification, just head on over to our Discord after you join the Patreon, of course. Well, if you can't, it's understandable. The economy is what it is. But if you can, and you want to have your thoughts read on the show over at the Discord, head over there and we will post what's coming up. You can just throw your thoughts there. I need to get better at actually putting it in Patreon. I need to start doing that. I think I'm going to start doing that with the Vampire Hunter D episode. Hopefully, after this episode is done recording. Hey, behind the scenes. Yeah, peek behind the podcast here. We're actually we're gonna start this one off with Tiger reading the pontifications. So Tiger, how about you start us off here?
So this is from Saxbit. I never played the SNES title. I always wanted to bang Kimberly, though. To which I say, Get in line, bro.
I warned everybody that this was going to be a theme for some of these people. I don't have a problem with our patrons saying this, but this is happening. This is happening. Embrace it. All right. Next is Lucas from Game Over Hell. I feel terrible. Not because of you, Lucas, because of what I just said. Anyway, I played a little bit of this way back then. The gameplay didn't leave me with much of an impression, but the character's idle animation being in tempo with the music did. Idle animations unintentionally matching the background music rhythm in games are always very funny to me. Yes, I'm an idiot. No, you are not, Lucas. I need to go and see if this is the case, because that would be awesome.
All right. Next on the list, we have Matt, a.k.a. Stormageddon, from the Fun and Games and Reignite podcasts, who tells us a good old-fashioned beat-em-up. Y'all have been playing a lot of them lately, huh? Big Power Rangers fan growing up. Still am, to be honest, but I remember loving this when it came out. It basically was exactly what I wanted as a kid. No idea if it still holds up because I haven't played it in over 15 years when I last emulated it, but definitely a fave back when it first came out. Thank you, Matt.
And this one is from Omi, one of my old rivals from the high score contest days. Omi says, Power Rangers was after my time, so the only thing I know about it is that it's a westernized version of tokusatsu or Sentai hero genre TV shows from Japan. I guess you either like it or you don't. But hey, it has a big Voltron-like mecha, so that's cool, I guess. Oh right, there's also this beat 'em up that I think I might have seen once. Rude.
Thank you, OG-san. Next is from Ray Ray. And Ray Ray says, I love this comment, by the way, because of how it ends. Ray Ray says, I lived near a warehouse. Some of you kids don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. So I was able to rent Super Nintendo games on the regular. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was one of them. The early 90s had a glut of beat-em-ups, and this was more on the easy side. It's sadly only a one-player game. Yeah, we didn't mention that. It is. As beat-em-ups become so much more fun when it's 2 or more players. I didn't have a high expectation of this game when I played it in high school, but you could do worse. Anyway, here's Kimberly. And Ray Ray provided a picture of Amy Jo Johnson. Yep. I'm looking at it right now.
And we thank
you, Ray
him
Ray.
for this contribution.
Yes, we do.
All right, next up we have Alt, who says, I did not own a Super Nintendo Entertainment System when I was young, but I did own the Power Rangers Genesis fighting game and have rented the movie game, which was also a beat 'em up. I must have tried the SNES game at some point because I remember how you started off in human form, though I always preferred the beat 'em up game where you started in the suit. Why would I ever want to be in human form? Anyways, Power Rangers is the reason I enjoy rock/metal music, and I'm cliche, but Green Ranger is still my favorite Ranger. I owned a martial arts training video that starred Jason David Frank in a dojo, along with the episodes where they fight the Green Ranger. I was always sad that he changed into the White Ranger. I don't have much to offer for this game, but I do remember even the girls' suits were mega buff for some reason. Yes. I'd love to revisit these games in specific. I don't think any of them on Super Nintendo/Genesis were that bad, surprisingly. Thank you, Alt.
And this one is from Soha from Game Over Hell, another former monthly high score challenge rival. Someone mentioned...
You can always come back. Stop saying former.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Soha says, someone mentioned this game in a recent episode and were surprised about how it was actually a decent game. I haven't played it myself, mind you, but this is actually a relatively popular game in Brazil. Just wanted to throw this fact out there, since it's always interesting to see the cultural differences between regions. Thanks, Soha.
All right, next it's Leithco from the Afterglow podcast. And Leithco says, a game I stayed away from as a kid, but finally tried via emulation when I got into the scene, and man, it's actually a banger. Would have been a great rental as a kid. Sadly, I was never into the IP. Game was fun, though. Thank you, Leithco.
All right, and bringing up the caboose of this here patron train, we have Sega Boy 7, who tells us, everything about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo is awesome. It has amazing music, fun stages, every Ranger has somewhat unique attacks, it has Kimberly, it has Megazord fights. Also, did I mention the music? Anyway, I absolutely adore this game. I highly recommend Power Rangers the movie game next. It does have Kimberly. You're right. 10 out of 10.
I guess we're going to have to do Power Rangers next year. This being the first show of 2026.
Well, apparently we also need to do an episode on Shadow of the Ninja. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh,
Wink, wink.
I thought you were going to say Kimberly. Yeah. Can we? I'd just rather do an episode all about Kimberly at this point. This is what people want. January is but a year away. We can make that happen. All right. Let's get into our opinions here and tell you if we think this game holds up today. As is tradition, as we are wont to do, myself and Shane will go first, and then our Nintendhost will have the final words, since it's been so fucking long since you've been here, Tiger.
Hello.
But yeah, you'll get the final word here. We'll let you have
Cool.
it. But Shane, does this game hold up today?
Hell yeah. Game's awesome. Like I said, like visually, it definitely still holds up. The music is still awesome. Like the gameplay is solid. It's not a super difficult game. So if you're just looking to like jump into something to just honestly kind of turn your brain off and just have fun, this is like perfect for that. And it's not a huge demand on your time. Like even at a leisurely pace, it's less than an hour tops. So, I mean, and it's the pacing is also really good with the exception of that underwater level that kind of slows things down in the middle there. But other than that, everything else is pretty well paced, and you get fucking Megazord kaiju fight at the end. Like, what else do you want? It's still really good, and you should play it.
As someone in their early 40s, I will say this is probably the perfect game for someone like me. So if you're someone like me, the answer here is absolutely yes. And why do I say this? It's because this is a game that is a quick hit of nostalgia. It's not difficult. I mean, Shane covered a lot of this here. It's not difficult. You can get through it quickly. It is an IP that a lot of us remember from our childhood. It's going to give us that super nostalgia hit, probably remind us of a simpler time in the early to mid 90s, get us high on those fumes. You come feeling better, and it's a tight game. It controls very well. Music's good. Graphics are good. Everything about the presentation is like kind of an encapsulation of a surface level view of what a lot of our minds tell us the Super Nintendo and 16-bit graphics looked like. Yeah, this is just like you need a break. You just need to just separate yourself from the world for about an hour or so. Play some Power Rangers. You're not going to be disappointed. It's not the best game ever made, but it might be the game that you need to play for that moment. It's one of those games. It's like the Snickers of video games for me. I would say that. Like hungry, you're upset, just play some Power Rangers. You're going to feel better afterwards. So yes, this game holds up. Play it. It does cost $20 on the market. A little, I mean, I hate to say a little high, $20. I don't want to say it's not a lot, but I mean, it's not exactly in the bargain bin. But if you have a way to play this physically, that's how much it costs, and I would say it's worth it. Yeah, go get it. Yeah, definitely holds up today. Tiger.
To repeat what was already said, you absolutely can play it today, and it is the perfect game for retro game lovers with not enough time to play video games.
Yes.
That half an hour to an hour is all you need, whether you're good or not good. And just in the fact that the difficulty is easier than most games does mean you will have a good time just blowing through it if you're really good at games. Or, it can be a bit of a challenge if you're not good at beat 'em up games, which makes it a perfect entry, in my opinion. It also is just a good beat 'em up in general because it has a nice blend of all the various things that you would find in a beat 'em up. You don't even need nostalgia or need to like Power Rangers. You can hate Power Rangers, but just ignore the IP completely and just play the game. It is very, very fun. And I don't think we said it in the show, or if you two even know, but this game is also 2 players. If you beat the game, there is a password that is shown, 3 different passwords. And if you use those passwords, it is a 2-player game in kaiju mode. So that's a random thing in case you didn't know. You can also look up the passwords on GameFAQs or whatever, but that is
of course.
That is the only way to play 2-player mode, but that's probably what you'd want to do anyway. If you were playing with 2 players, you'd want to play as Big Megazord versus whomever monster of the day is in level 6 or 7. So you can do that, and I recommend you doing so. Graphics good, music good, all of the things good. A solid 7. Play it.
Solid IGN 7 out of 10. Damn it, Tiger.
It's so good. Solid 7.
Yes. All right. There, you heard it. Power Rangers holds up today. Go play it. Go fucking play it. And play as Kimberly, you fucking weirdos.
With biceps.
I'm one of them. Yes, I'm one of them. So, thank you, Tiger, for coming back. We appreciate it. We love it when you're here. I hope to hear you here more often. I know you're part of the Next King Games as well. I know we've been talking about that. Hopefully people hear it before the end of the year. But is there anywhere that people can even find you on the internet? Do you want them to find you?
If you want to find me, you just go into Google and type in LPTYGER, and you'll find a lot of garbage out there that I have created or made or am a part of. There's nothing I am currently doing social media wise or popularity or whatnot. But in case you run into one of those things, feel free to say that you heard me on Retro Hangover, and maybe I'll give you a shout, whether it's on my YouTube or my X account or my live journal. Enjoy.
All right.
All right. Well, then.
Live journal.
Remember live journal?
I think doesn't that still exist? I think it's still out there, actually.
It's still there. All of my cringy stuff is still there.
Yeah, no, actually, that just reminded me. I quite literally got an email just out of nowhere from LiveJournal like a couple of months back that was like, happy 20th anniversary. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I don't even want to go back and look at that. So other things on the internet that you should go and look at, not our old live journals. Please don't find those. Anyway, I gotta go scrub the internet now. But we have a link tree because we are old, and that is where all our stuff is located. So if you happen to be a new listener, if you were just like, oh shit, these dudes be talking about Power Rangers, I want to see what they got to say, and you liked it enough to stick around this long, and you're just waiting for more. You need to find more content to consume. We have that for you in the form of 300 of the most recent episodes that we have, because I have been informed by one Randall, patron Saint Randall, that apparently even our raw RSS feed for this show still only gives you the most recent 300 episodes. So we have more than that. So if you go to our site, you can see how far back things go. But that's for crazy people like Randall, who, by the way, this is a total tangent, but the reason he was doing that is because he decided he wanted to archive our entire show. So he now has a digital copy of every episode that we've put out. He is the super fan, and we love him. But if you want to listen to the most recent 300 things that we've put on the internet, you can go to linktree/retro hangover. That is linktr.ee/retro hangover. And you will find that alongside all the other stuff we have, like our socials, our aforementioned Patreon, if you'd like to support the show in that fashion and get even more bonus content, or the merch store, if you want some sweet RHP swag, that is there as well. Chris, is there anything at all that you would like to tell the fine people about before we shut this thing down? Because we've somehow turned this into an almost 2-hour episode about a game that takes less than half of that.
If you would like to see a middle-aged man crash out playing Nintendo games, you can head to twitch.tv/retro hangover and watch me fail at Mega Man. Yeah.
Awesome.
You can also watch Shane play more modern games with retro looks. He does far better than I do. And I'll just get depressed every single time I play and scream into the microphone. And yeah.
Yeah, come
That's what's gonna
watch
happen.
me just like chill and level another character in WoW. The game that I've been playing on and off for like 20 years.
Twitch.tv/Retro Hangover, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, as it was indicated, and YouTube. So on YouTube too.
Yeah.
But we don't see what you type on YouTube, so
Someday we
Good
might
luck, have
fix
fun.
that. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all we've got for you. So, with all of that having been said, until the next time.
Play with your. Have Kimberly play with your joysticks.
Shane here with a quick message. You know, the one rule Chris and I have always gone by regarding advertisements is this. It has to be something we use and can personally vouch for. If you know me, you know I love coffee. And Bones Coffee Company has been my go-to for home brewing for quite some time now. Their small batch beans come in an impressive variety of flavors like Mint Invaders from Chocolate Space, or Electric Unicorn, which I swear tastes exactly like Fruity Pebbles. And the best part? No added sugar or calories involved, just natural flavors infused right into the beans themselves. Build your own sample pack of 5 4-ounce bags to find out which flavors speak to you, or jump in head first with full 12-ounce bags. They've even got K-Cups. Step up your homebrew game with Bones Coffee by visiting bit.ly/RHPBones. That's bit.ly/RHPBONES.